Hey, well, welcome back after another week. Last weekend we got it started. I'm gonna today try to drive it around just a little bit, not a lot, but a little. Put a little more diesel in the nurse tank up there and pull it out. Did a little bit of work to it this week, mostly running. I ran the new fuel line and return line back here. I actually got a lot of leftover. And I ran some wires back here, some wiring. So two wire, shielded wire goes to the back for the lights. And then I ran some here that will be for the electric fuel pump. And then something just fell over there. Same thing, I got my fuel line and my return line up here. I don't have them hooked up yet because I got the nurse tank on there. Trying to think what else I did. Oh yeah, put the muffler on just to, when I start it again, I don't have to listen to how loud this thing is. And yeah, I also went and picked up Oliver Phil's rims. I got to paint those for him. The rims for the 302 diesel got sandblasted, so those are ready to go. And then the front wheels for Phil's project tractor, the 1355 with the Cummins swap, are also done. The other thing I did is I painted the seat base for the 302 diesel, and after I cleaned it up, these are the seat cushions for that. And then Welters also sent the bushings that I needed for that. And I just went over to Spencer's machine shop and picked up the fuel tank that now has the new bottom welded on it. He filled it up with water, he tested it. It's good to go. He made a couple little adjustments. I do want to put a little bit different petcock on it there. And he said there was some black crap in the bottom. So I'm going to get some purple power or something, dump in there, let it sit a little bit, and then probably run a power washer around it to not super hard, but just enough to break all that free and hopefully rinse all that out. And I just went also on the way back from getting the fuel tank, went to Oliver Phil's and picked up the hose that replaces that metal line that was leaking. So there's the metal line that was leaking down at the bottom, and this hose duplicates it. So put that in, and yeah, so that's where we're at. I'll put that line on. I need to run up the hardware store in a little bit. I'm out of purple power, and to get what I want to replace that with for the petcock, I'll come back, dump the purple power in, and slosh that around, get that cleaned out. Once that's cleaned out, then I'll paint the whole bottom of this just so it doesn't rust. And once I get all that done, then I'm going to try to start this thing. I'm going to start it. And I got to clean up in here a bunch, sweep up a bunch of floor dry, move things around so I can back this thing up and just drive it just a little bit. And then I'll probably pull it in just to where the truck's sitting, and we'll put that big cast center on, or cast front on the front of it. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at today. So got a lot I want to try to get done. I got to unfortunately work again tomorrow, and so it's going to cut down on I guess my work for the weekend, but we'll see what we can get done today. All right, first things first, I want to get this line on. I don't want to start this thing again until I've got this on here, although I could. So looks like we made it right. It goes underneath the drive shaft down there. I'm going to put this side on first because the other side will have fluid that comes out of it. Well, this we have a little bit. The other side's the supply side. Yep, a little bit out of there. All right, that side's on. And this side's gonna be a little messier. Yep, she's spewing out right away, but I got it started, kinda. All right. That's on, fits good. Could tighten that up just a little. All right. And then we'll tighten this side up. I was kind of hoping it would let a little bit of air out while I was doing that. Kind of a rainy day. It was warm earlier. Now it's kind of a little bit rainy. All right, let me dry my hands off all that oil. And I'll show you. There it is on both sides. It goes down underneath the drive shaft down there. Doesn't rub on anything and looks pretty good. So that just eliminates that steel line that was leaking. So, all right, feel pretty good that's done. All right, I got the tank outside here. Spencer said that it was full of gnarly looking black stuff. So I just filled it up with super clean for the bottom. And I took the power washer and stuck the nozzle down in there and hosed it around, and now you can see the crap that's coming out. So I'm flushing it out with more water. I'm gonna slosh that around in there and keep doing that until it doesn't look so nasty coming out, because that's not going to be good going through filters and injectors and all that stuff. So just wanted to show you how that was going, and definitely some nasty crap in there. All right, cleaned up things kind of behind me here. Did like 3 walk-arounds to make sure I got everything picked up. So we're gonna start her up real quick, check for the leak on the back line, which I know is not gonna be there, and then we're gonna pull this thing out. Weird that the batteries sounded like they were struggling, because they're both a full charge. I made sure of that. 3-point up, 3-point going down. Pressure's good. Sounds a lot better with the muffler on it. Steering both ways. Alright. I'm going to shut her down and we'll go out and see what we got. Hopefully there's no oil. dripping. I mean, there's some oil drips, but that's from where I put the line on. And everything looks pretty good. Again, other than where I put the line on. That's going to be, should have dried that up, but the big thing is I don't have a big puddle. So I think we're good to back it out and maybe run up and down the drive just a little. I did put some white vinegar out in the fuel tank. Just I'm letting it sit, and I'm gonna put more super clean in it. All right, just fired right back up. All right, maiden voyage. Fingers crossed. Shoved it a little bit with the 955 in order to get her back in here. All right. Get her turned a little bit more. Get out and check. I'm good. I don't want to run over or anything. Till I get outside. All right, got it outside. Sounding good, running good. Go for a run up and down the driveway, I guess. Since we're facing backwards, we'll just go backwards. Low. Put it in high. I guess I didn't have that. Just had that plate sitting on there. And high works. That's good. Will be happy to see this, although he'd want to be out there in my grass doing donuts. got the cast front on the gantry, got the tractor here in the doorway, and before I put it back in here, there's a whole lot of cleanup to do. It's been sitting there for months. You do a lot of floor sweeping and picking up and throwing away all a pile of wires over there and old fuel lines and all that crap I can get out of here and throw away. So yeah, I thought I'd show you that. I'm not going to make you listen to me hoist the gantry all the way up, but I'll bring you back when I'm putting this on the front. All right, after a whole lot of pulling on the chain, we got it up there. It's almost the very top of the gantry. I don't know if you can see my chain fall there, but got it up there. Now I need to get my spacers and my bolts and get things lined up here so I can get those locked down. Let me go get those, the bolts and the spacers. All right, I got the bolt on the far side started. Here's what I got. I got a spacer, lock washer, washer, and should be about right there. And then there's this one. Oh, this feels good to get this far along with this today. Just to drive it, know that it runs and drives, and that's a good thing. All right, so let me go get a socket and we'll tighten those down. I don't know why I decided to start in the middle, but I did. Maybe I should have used a ratchet or a electric driver on this. This hole was a little screwy, so I don't know. We'll move to this one. That hole looked like it'd been kind of oblonged sometime in the past. I don't know why, but it was. Sometimes you'd love to know every story about every nut and bolt on this thing, about why things were done over the years. But sometimes you just got to guess. And I can't guess why that would be different. Tomorrow's Easter. Be good to go to church take mom to church, and that'll be nice. Hopefully the weather's a little better tomorrow. We had a heck of a storm roll through right when I picked up the fuel tank from, well, between there and Oliver Phil's. I got to Oliver Phil's to get that hydraulic hose, and there was hail definitely hitting the top of the barn while we were finishing up making that hose. So, but it was only for a second. It wasn't big stuff. Somebody was talking the other day. They knew somebody that had some like golf ball size hail last week down in a little further south of here. I'm pretty sure that's not going to bite. That hole was just, I noticed it. I should have run thread chaser through it. Let's see if I can get it to go. Yeah, it's a little loose, but we'll try her. I had to kind of waller out the one end of these bushings because these bolts towards the top get a little bigger, and so yeah, it starts, and then it's probably because of the pressure up from the lock washer. Now I'll get the impact gun and see if I can't get it started shoving down with that. It didn't like the washer, so I just drove it down there with just the lock washer there holding it, but there's 5 other bolts holding it, so I think we should be good there. So I'll get the gantry out of the way. I'm going to do some cleanup, get this thing back inside. The sky's starting to look a little bit not good, and then we will go back to working on the tank. All right, and there it is with the gantry moved away. So you can see the tank fits right up in there. It's pretty close fit all around it, but I have the screens I got from Stams that'll go in here, and I will work on the I have the checkerboard piece that goes in here. It just needs painted, and I have the piece that goes up in there that has the MM on it. So yeah, we're can't wait to see all that put together actually, and the hood's on. All right, cleaned it out. Probably doesn't look like it, but I swept up a whole bunch of crap, threw away a bunch of stuff, and definitely better than it was. Until I get this project done, I need to pick up tools over here, but no big deal. All right, I think it's time to bring her back in, and then I'm gonna work on that tank, and I think that'll be about it for today. I'm gonna set you guys up here. If it looks like I'm gonna hit anything, please yell at me. Need somebody to watch. Back in. Snug as a bug in a rug. It's not exactly where I want it to be. My back end's out a little bit far, but you know what? That's probably better. It's going to make getting the gantry over here a little easier to put the tank in, hopefully here within the next week or so. And I can still fit the mower back there. And yeah, we're good. Good for now. I'll take it. And it sounds good. Man, I don't know if you could hear that motor, but that motor's sounding awesome. All right, I did a few more things. So I washed this thing out like 6 or 7 times. Used air to kind of pressurize the tank to blow stuff out. And used the shot vac to kind of get the water out of it. So, I don't know, there was a lot of just, I'm going to say it probably had algae in it, but I tried to clean it out. I'm just going to probably have to change fuel filters a few times. But here's the tank before I paint it. You just skinned on that new piece on the bottom and then welded around it. So I'm going to prime it and then paint it, and then that'll be done. It's a rattle can paint job because this sits down in that cradle and nobody really cares what it looks like, especially not me. All right, she's red. So a couple coats of paint and primer. It's not going for anything more than rust prevention. Get a good coat on it and hopefully we won't have any rust. I got my parts today to do my petcock, so I'll do that when I put it on. And yeah, she can just dry now. I think I can leave it outside. I don't think it's supposed to rain tonight. Even if it does, I think that this stuff cures in about a half hour, 45 minutes. So it should be good if it does rain, but then I can sit outside and kind of breathe and cure. So hope you enjoyed the video. It's so good to drive it. It's good to hear it run last weekend. Good to drive it today. Appreciate Oliver Phil getting that hydraulic line done for me. And yeah, it's coming together. Now it's just about, putting finishing touches on and some wiring. It's good to see the nose piece on there. So tomorrow's Easter, so happy Easter. Not in the sense of bunny Easter, but tomorrow's a good day for those of us that believe. And so hope everybody enjoys it. Hope you do something with your families. And we'll be back hopefully next weekend. I did this rim, had a couple dings in it, so I heated that and pounded those out just a little bit. They were way worse than what it is, but it's a little better now. Anyway, I had to point that out. So get sidetracked. Happy Easter. See you next weekend, and hopefully we'll have made a little more progress on a couple nights this week. I have to work on this. Please like and subscribe, and make comments if you got them.